Let's continue with the cash register synchronicities from Sun's Day. 1156 total, 11 items. Look at the total here, 1156, same as the time, perfect match. 1156, 5 and 6 equal L even. This is Trader Joe's number 506, 11 items. 11, L even, the pair of L's. The power all L's, equivalent symbolically to the sun and the moon, to yang and yin, of day and night, of Aries and Libra, sunrise, sunset, Adam, Eve, odd, even, dawn, evening, on, off. You don't realize how much of an occultocracy you're living in until you see 1, 2, 3. This is why all of the control of perception and the chemical dictatorship of Big Pharma. 52:21, and look at the seconds of the fourth minute of 11 a.m. 52 weeks in a year, 21 items, 21 at the end of the total. Hare Krishna. Will humanity take the blindfolds off before it's too late? Doesn't look like it right now. Certainly doesn't. Because you have such a collective social illness out there, such a mental illness, such lack of respect, such lack of boundaries, you know, in the consumer culture. People thinking it's okay to have to pay to live and just accepting it because this is how, it's just always been this way. Money. Cash is pyroclastic ash, which is land masses. Land masses formed from the pyroclastic ash flowing to the sea, cooling when it meets the water, and forming land. And everything on land has been monetized by these crooks going way back. This is an ancient scam, an ancient conspiracy. 4941, and it's Phoenician. The Phoenicians, the phony Phoenicians who became the Venetians, and then disbanded and it spread everywhere. Put a $sign on everything. Sales, sail, buying and sailing on the high seas of commerce. 19 items at 11:09, 9/11, 11/9. Trump officially was elected. His acceptance speech was 11/9, 2016. 9/11 the other way, from New York, from Queens, the Queensman, the Queen's card, the Joker card, the Trump card. My Trump series is going to continue soon. And then the 33 of the Freemasons with the spinal column and the 33rd degrees of Freemasonry and the 33 vertebrae of Ra in your spinal column when you count the 4 fused vertebrae in the sacrum. 4641 total, 11,933, 19 items, invoice number 3292. There's the 22, the 33, the 11, 11/22/63, and 9/11. Both occult rituals, sacrifice rituals of God's Son, as personified by JFK in 63 on 11/22, and the twin towers of the 11, the pair of L's, on 9/11, L even. Or 7/11, because septem is 7. And then JFK's would be 9/22, Novum is 9. 41 items for $104, 104.41. There's 16 again. And then look at this. This was this cashier when I was going to take over for her. Her number is 1414. And look at that. I took over, she left in mid-transaction, I finished it up and then signed her off and went onto my account, but that's what happened at that moment. Phenomena. I will be wearing my Papa Smurf hat when I do my Donald Trump equals Donnie Darko Part 3 for the reference to to the Smurfs in Donnie Darko. Smurfs, the elves of L. 63 items at 11:36 a.m. 36 and 63 are mirrors. Hey, you want to know why? This is according to Alan Watts, and I think it makes a heck of a lot of sense when you really go deep into it. You know why people aren't better? Because they want to be better. Consider it. I'm not going to say any more about that right now. I got to get the rest of the cash register synchronicities out of my pocket here, and these ones are from yesterday now. Those were the rest of them from Sunday. These are yesterday, Monday, and Moon's Day. And right away yesterday, the moody Moon's Day of the holy days was blasted in my face by this monster from hell. And I had no witnesses at the first register to see how awful she was to me. On like this, you know, and then had the gall to accuse me of being the problem. I didn't even say anything to her. I was just standing there and she keeps glaring at me on her phone. She's getting one freaking bouquet of flowers, and she decided she had to drop a fucking drama turd on me. And I told everyone about it at work because, you know, this is the thing, you know, everyone says, oh, don't take it personally, don't let the crazy holiday shoppers bother you, but it's like, if you don't talk about shit, and you just, oh, I don't take it personally, so I'm just gonna fucking ignore it, then it'll get to you. And by the end of the day, when you leave, you'll be a fucking hot mess emotionally. You know, you talk about shit. This is how you speak about it. You don't repress. Which is largely why I'm doing the videos, you know, why I do this. It's a catharsis, and it's a discharge, as they would say. Like the Harvey Jackins school of co-counseling therapy, right? Don't bottle shit up. I mean, this is why so many people are ballistic in this time, I would say, because there's so much fucking repression. People just bottling shit up emotionally, and then they're emotionally incontinent, and they don't have any insight about their emotions, the motions of their M's in the middle. You know, do you see public service announcements all the time on TV or anywhere telling you to meditate? No, you see fucking drug commercials. Sorry for saying fucking so much, but I mean, we're in such a ridiculous situation. We're on the verge of it. We're on the eve of extinction with Franken weather every day. You know, look at this weird freaking pebbles on the ground this morning here. Look at the Franken sky of modified chem clouds. And, you know, and yet the majority are still going on with their tradition and doing their normal old shit as if nothing's going on when we're in completely unprecedented times. And it's not just fucking Donald Trump, too. I mean, this is the other thing. It would be the same type of nonsense if hilarious Klingon Hillary Clinton was sitting in the ovary. That would have been the second Clinton, just like we had two Bushes. Why? How can people be so dense, is all I have to ask. Because they're chemically controlled, that's why. And they don't have their minds and their hearts are not their own. They've been hijacked. Look at this, 38:30 total, and at the 30th second of the 17th hour and 16th minute. Even, Eve, odd, Adam. This one, saying a lot about the time of the Saturnalia, started yesterday. 12:39 p.m. 39 is the number value of Saturn, who's this? What all of this is all about. Santa's Saturn and Odin. It's all the same archetype of the old man, the father god in heaven, who's used to scare everybody. You know, and they use Santa to bribe kids. He sees you when you're asleep. You better not pout. He sees you when you're sleeping. He's monitoring your sleep-wake cycle. He knows when you're awake. And perhaps he's working for Big Pharma. Perhaps he's working for the government. And of course Santa works for the government. 64:34 total to 12:39, and then the 1239 time. And then look at the invoice number, 8239, which is, like I said, the number value of Saturn, the one who turns the wheel, the old man, the symbol, the D4, the two fours here of the force. $12:09 p.m. 17 items, and look at the change. 17 and the date, 17th, first day of Saturnalia yesterday, of unrestrained merrymaking, of orgy, of the organs, of the organisms. The old man, the god of the golden age, Saturn, when the lion laid down with the lamb. Look at the legendary golden age and then of Saturn, and then connect that with the Genesis genetic story. And you get an idea of who this God is at the beginning, of who this so-called original Yahweh, Jehovah, Tetragrammaton. Tetragrammaton as the sun, and Saturn is the sun, the old man. Saturn is Satan, the opposer in astrology, the one who opposes the son of Sun's Day, Saturday, Sun's Day. People go crazy on Saturn's Day, Saturday, do whatever the frack they want, unrestrained behavior like on Saturnalia, and then they ask for forgiveness on Sun's Day. So they go berserk in winter and then get forgiveness in the new year, or in the summer of the summit. All of this old ancient stuff that to this day people are unconsciously following. Tradition. 12:55 total, and look at the time, 10:35:25. Santa equals 55, Satan equals 55, and then Christmas 12:25. 1 + 2 is 3, + 2 is 5, and so you're left with 55 of the double E, 55. Of the green of Eve, Evegren, evergreen, the one who never ever Eve loses her leaves. She never leaves. She's always there. The Gaia of a mother. Saturnus and Uranus. Father Uranus, Saturn the sun. Uranus was deposed by Saturnus, and look, S-U-N at the end of both, backwards. S-U-N, the sun of the crossing of the light. How was he deposed? Well, I mean, Saturn got deposed too, just like he deposed Uranus. The old man always has to be overtaken by the new one. He's deposed by castration and murder with the sickle of the cycles. He's got the sickle of the cycles because he's the year personified. He's all of nature put together, the grim reaper of the harvest and the sower. He's the sower and the reaper. He sows in the spring and reaps in the autumn. Anthropomorphism. Jesus and Satan are Jupiter and Saturn, the noumena, the spirit, the black sun. Wake up. 1:21:33 at 11:21 and 42 seconds. That's the total. 1.21 gigawatts. Look at that. Not only is the devil in the details, but so is God, because God and devil... I gotta remember this one because I wrote down the holographic disclosure. I've been trying to remember the name of this documentary series on YouTube. Not only is the devil in the details, the Deva El, the God El, but so is the light God. God and devil are light and shadow, Shaddai and Shad. Reality and illusion, and they're symbolic. They are not literal. They're not meant to be taken literally. I had a woman come up to me who I had a cash register synchronicity, and she wanted me to, she comes up to me and says, "Are you a serpent person? Are you from the devil?" And I just had to say, I mean, I tried to be nice, you know. There's no such thing, I said. Stop this nonsense. Grow up, you know? Adults should not be believing in Santa Claus and magic Jesus and literal devils, cartoon characters, you know? It's ridiculous.